Bengal, let's go straight across to Bengal. We are given to understand that the polling agent in Dinhata has been kidnapped. The polling agent, big claim, BJP's big claim against the Trinamool Congress that the polling agent has been kidnapped. We'll try and go across to Kamalika for more details. Right now, we're given to understand that the polling agent in Dinhata has been kidnapped. The big claim against the Trinamool Congress coming through at this point in time. West Bengal BJP is claiming the agent has been kidnapped by the Trinamool Congress. Kamalika joining us with more details. Kamalika, is this true? How much of truth in what the BJP is saying? The Election Commission has also sought a report now.
Yes, that's what the claim of BJP is. Anand, from the morning, the claims and counter claims by both the parties, that is what is, increasing the temperature here in Cooch Behar, because the biggest challenge in Cooch Behar is definitely whether the poll is going to be violence-free or not. Now, this was a claim that's been made by the BJP. The BDO local, they said that he went to home to collect the voters list. Then from EC, we are getting from the EC sources that he has been now brought back to the booth. He has actually been taken to the booth by the central forces. So that is what has happened there. That's one claim coming from BJP. Another place, the Trinamool Congress is claiming that in Dinhata, one of the block leader has been injured. That's what the Trinamool claim is. So the claim, counter claim, since last night it's there. But Anand, let me tell you what happens in Cooch Behar. We have seen in Panchayat election there was violence. We have seen 2021 there was violence. Till now I'm keeping my fingers crossed. There is still now not a major thing which has come up. Generally what happens that in the morning we start running what's happening there.
It's a state, it reflects what's the state of affairs politically in Bengal, ladies and gentlemen, when kidnapping of a polling agent is seen as a far more come down measure compared to the violence that.
But I think Rahul has an update on that story.
I think that Kamalika has just pointed out that the BJP polling agent Biswanath Pal has been recovered by the SI Bhaskar Roy and his team and has been helped to reach to the booth, which is booth number 221. So
he's been recovered and he's brought back. No, this is Bengal. All of this is par for course in Bengal. How is that okay? How is a kidnapping of a polling agent, beating up of people, FIRs against booth agents, claims and counterclaims? How is this par for course in Bengal in 2024?
Look, Anand, I always say that UP and Bihar get a bad name for nothing. The most violent political culture actually exists in West Bengal, Andhra Pradesh and Kerala. They're literally blood on the streets during elections and in terms of political contestations. So in Bengal, even last year, in the last election, 2019, the two states where there was an actual violence with regard to polls was West Bengal and Andhra Pradesh. And this has been the case since many years. And during the CPM's heydays, it was called scientific rigging, if you remember. They would send a lot of people down to the voting. They would just storm the booths and just, push everybody out and things like that. And now you have intimidation of this kind. You've seen it in Panchayat elections and everything. So there's just replacement of one party from another, but no replacement of the culture there.
And this doda ke marenge once the result is out, those 48 hours
what
happened after
horrible.
2021. It's politics, but why should there be so much bloodshed? And somewhere it's normalized, Rahul. Yeah.
Well, because there is so much at stake. Politics is not just about serving the people. It's also, unfortunately, about serving self-interest. And that's what you get when a large number of people look at politics actually as a career stream.
Actually, it's all because these states have become party societies. So everything is divided on party lines. Even civil society is divided on party lines.
But
there's no point in you voting for somebody else, but still being friends.
The time really has come now. It's about 8:30 odd. I think let's look at the larger picture here. The turnout, what it matters, whether it matters. And I think that fundamentally the turnout is going to be an important barometer this election. I think we're missing a few things by not talking about it. There is a general sense of complacency. I don't know if Mr. Modi himself has sort of perpetuated that by suggesting that 400 par, and I can hear it from everywhere. But sometimes second guessing the Indian voter can be problematic. We've had in
Correct.
instance, 2004, everything looking hunky and dory. I'm not trying to be a doomsayer, but I'm just saying, at the end of the day, the BJP doesn't need 400. It needs 272.
Yes.
And I think if we narrow focus on the numbers, yes, we are looking at Tamil Nadu, but why are we looking at Tamil Nadu? So that we can assess whether there is a Modi wave, and if you're going up to to 400, this, that, the other. But actually, all of that becomes incidental if you only look at simple majority, which is 272.
There are two ways to look at it. Javed ji had to say something. Yeah.
Yeah, one reason is right now there's no one big issue which excites voters,
Yeah.
So I was watching some channel yesterday and there were youngsters, first time voters in Chennai, they're saying we're going off to Puducherry for a holiday. They won't be voting. When you're young, you're idealistic, there's fire in your belly, you want change, you want to, they're quite happy. They just don't seem to be concerned. And that's true in UP, that's true everywhere. One of the reasons why Mr. Modi has set a target of 370 and 400 par is because he realizes that the BJP supporters could be complacent. They might be a repeat of what happened in the past. Let's say, we already been winning, so why?
But here's the thing, Javed, when people start cribbing and start putting out posts and start saying this is not happening, that's not happening, this is not working, that's not working, one of the questions that one needs to turn around and ask them is, tumne vote dala kya? Did you go out and vote? A lot of them will just say, I voted. Then you tell me which is your booth. Tell me where is your vote and which is your booth? Because that's where people will struggle. If they've really voted, they will know their booth, they will know when they cast their ballot, and they'll confidently say it. And those who don't vote should not have the right to come back and try and troll people and then crib and say this is not happening, that's not happening. Because you did not do what your job is.
There is another necessary condition for being a citizen, right? I mean, are you paying taxes as well? So everybody pays taxes. That might not fly. But coming to the question of complacency and heat, these are actually the two challenges facing the BJP. If you've been listening to Prime Minister's interactions with booth karyakartas, etc. in various states, he's always been telling them stay hydrated. He told the Varanasi guys that, I've heard Sattu ka lassi is available, please go and have it, because Sattu cuts the North Indian heat.
Is a huge problem at the moment.
And the second thing is that India shining, shadow of India shining, that every BJP leader is feeling. They don't want this to be an election where everybody thinks that Modi ji is winning. Modi ji to jeet rahe hain. Let me settle my scores of the last 5 years with the local guy. It doesn't matter if this guy loses, he'll get enough to form a government. That is a problem. So a lot of their strategizing is actually for polling day. You get up at 5, not only do you vote, you get 4 other families to come with you, and you get senior citizens at least to vote before 9 a.m., which is when the heat is at the highest,
and I think
we're going to have very hot days.
This is a place where the India Alliance missed a step. Had they been more determined to present a united front, you might have actually been seeing a different election here. I think there are just too many competitors within the alliance itself undercutting each other, and the numbers bear this out. I mean, statistically speaking, the BJP's performance against non-Congress has not been the greatest. At least when it competes against the Congress, it has 92% winning strike rate. Here it is down at 69%. It sort of struggles. And I think this election really, and one of the reasons why we need to focus on Tamil Nadu, on Bengal, even in Odisha, all of us are beginning to believe that if some of these political parties hold together, this might be an interesting election. It may not be as one-sided as perhaps what people have suggested. And just look at that. This is
the straight fights that happened in 2019. 174 seats, of which the BJP won 159, and close to almost 60% vote share. The Congress had just 13 out of this 174.
Yes. One of the main reasons this talk of India Alliance, they themselves were never convinced. They know in their hearts, in their minds, they weren't convinced that they can make it, that they can even make a fight of it. That's why you see they didn't go the whole distance. There's this lethargic approach, no joint public rallies. The seat sharing was delayed. It took a month of Sundays. Even now, talks are going on in places. So this whole approach is because they lacked conviction.
And the talk is that I need to get more than the other. I need to get maximum in my area of operation. So I am one of the largest parties in the opposition.